My workspace has never looked this clean with a PC. There's no bulky tar under the desk, no cable clutter, and everything that I need is built right into this monitor stand. Hello everyone, I'm Divyanshi and this is the Asus AIO, a clean, minimal, all-in-one PC powered by a Snapdragon chip. And it is priced at Rs 1,11,990. Now, I've spent the last week using this as my primary work machine. And by the end of this video, you'll find out whether this is a smart buy or an expensive mistake. Let's get straight to it. Now, Asus has been really smart with the design here. The entire PC is inside this monitor stand, which means that it takes up very less space and gives you a much cleaner desk. And trust me, if your workspace gets messy as quickly as mine does, you are going to love this device. Another thing that I really liked here is how lightweight this thing is. I was able to take it out of the box all by myself and set it up. So if you ever need to move it between rooms or offices, it really won't be a huge task. Now, let's talk about something that most brands don't get enough credit for: the ports. And Asus has done a great job here. At the back, you get an HDMI port, Ethernet port, and 3 USB Type-A ports. And the ports that you'll probably use every day, like the USB Type-C port and the headphone jack, are placed on the left side. This means that if you quickly want to plug in your headphones or connect an external device, you don't have to awkwardly reach behind the monitor every single time. And we all know how annoying that can get. Now, this is one of those small improvements that you don't realize you need until you actually start using it. But the one thing that I did miss here was the height adjustment. You can tilt the monitor to find a comfortable viewing angle, but that's really it. If your desk or chair sits at a little higher or lower level than usual, you might have to rely on a monitor stand or adjust your seating position to get the screen exactly where you want it. This is because there is no height adjustment possible on this device. But overall, the monitor itself feels premium and well built. It has a reassuring weight to it and nothing here feels flimsy. Coming to the display, you get a 24-inch touchscreen IPS panel. And the first thing that you'll notice here is how slim those bezels are. These don't just enhance the overall feel, they also give you a little more usable screen space. Now, the touchscreen here might appeal to some users, but in my case, I just kept accidentally closing important tabs while adjusting the viewing angle on this thing. I honestly did not find myself using the touchscreen that much. But the good thing is that this display comes with a matte finish, which means that reflections here are never a problem. I was comfortably able to work here even when I was sitting under those bright office lights, and that is a huge advantage. Brightness is another area where the display performs really well. In fact, I spent most of my time using this at around 40% brightness. Turning it all the way up to 100% felt a little too bright, and I never really needed to push it that far. As for the webcam, it's decent enough for everyday use. Now, this is not going to blow you away with its image quality, but for a work-focused machine, this does exactly what's expected. On the other hand, the speakers were a big surprise. I watched the trailers of Assassin's Creed Resynced and Marvel's Wolverine, and the audio sounded clear throughout. In fact, it was not just clear, but loud enough to fill a large office room. Dialogues were easy to hear and action sequences had enough depth to make them enjoyable. Now, of course, these won't really replace a dedicated pair of speakers, but for attending meetings and some casual content consumption, the speakers are more than enough. The Asus AIO comes bundled with a wireless keyboard and a mouse. Now, starting with the keyboard, this is a full-size 104 key layout. So you get a dedicated number pad and all the standard keys here. And the typing experience on this is pretty decent. The keys are responsive and comfortable once you get used to them. Personally, I come from using a MacBook keyboard, so it definitely took me a day or two to get used to this one. But once I adjusted, I had absolutely no issues writing long stories throughout the day. Now, let's talk about the mouse. Performance-wise, it's completely fine. The clicks are responsive, tracking is accurate, the scroll wheel feels smooth. But my only complaint here is the size. During my usage, my wrist kept touching the desk continuously. It wasn't uncomfortable enough to stop using the mouse altogether, but I definitely would have preferred a slightly larger mouse. Also, while both accessories work really well, they don't really feel like accessories that come with a PC costing over Rs 1 lakh. So a bit more premium look and feel might have completed the whole package. Now, you could do everything right, but it means very little if the performance isn't there. And thankfully, that is not the case with the AIO. This machine is super responsive and day-to-day performance was never an issue during my time with it. Be it opening multiple apps, having 20 Google Chrome tabs open, or running MS Office apps, the PC never felt like it was struggling. I also ran several benchmark tests here, and here is how it went. In the PC Mark Applications test, the Asus AIO scored 12942 points overall, including 7041 in Word, 20731 in Excel, 12815 in PowerPoint, and 15001 in Edge. So, if your work revolves around Microsoft 365, this machine is more than capable. Moving on to the Geekbench test, the device scored 2121 in single core and 1057 in multi-core test. And in 3D Mark Nitrate test, it managed 16238 points. The results of other tests are right there on your screen. So, if you're someone who wants a desktop without a bulky tower and messy cables, the Asus AIO is absolutely built for you. It looks clean, saves up space, and comes with some excellent performance and display for everyday work. Now, at Rs 1,11,990, this isn't exactly an affordable desktop, especially when previous Asus All-in-One PCs have been available for almost half of that amount. So yes, you're definitely paying a premium here. But if you have the budget, absolutely go for it. And that's all about the Asus AIO. What do you think about the device? Do let us know and keep watching Digit for more such content.